address purely local concerns unrelated to state law, but the bulk of county legislation supplement, amplifies, and otherwise assists in performing duties that state law imposes on counties. Well, one of the state laws that we have here is the state constitution, and we also have the U.S. Constitution that must be enforced in the state of Oregon, and therefore a resolution or ordinance would just amplify here in Lane County those due process protections that are reiterated in the Fifth Amendment, the 14th Amendment, as well as in sections of our own state constitution. Finally, on page 19, the other question that would come up is, well, does it fall under matters of county concern? In page 19, it says the matters of county concern is a broad, flexible concept that appears in the county home rule amendment in the state constitution, and so over time, these matters of county concern change from decade to decade. In the 1970s, they would never think that the NDAA and these two illegal sections would take place and therefore would not be a county concern. But now in the 21st century, as we see more and more things coming down from the federal government that are questionably constitutional, it may be time and place to enact these. And to look at our own Lane County Charter, they realize that the matters of county concern is a variable, and so what they said is they want these powers here to be construed, very liberally. So I'll read Section 2 in the Construction of Powers of Lane County Charter. The charter shall be liberally construed. The county shall have all powers necessary or convenient for the conduct of its affairs, including all powers that counties may assume under the statutes of the state and under the provisions of the state constitution concerning home rule. But there are basically 5 widely accepted matters of county concern, and the one we would focus here for our resolution or ordinance that we could potentially pass, or you could potentially pass, is dealing with the police power. And police power on page 47 is defined as such. The police power is far more than law enforcement. It embraces the entire range of governmental actions to preserve, promote the public order, safety, health, morals, and general welfare. And therefore, the creation of community protections against sections 1021, 1022 of the NDA could easily be defined as matters of county concern. The other question that was brought up by Mr. Kyler here was, well, can police interpose against a federal law? And that is a great question. If you look at the Supreme Court case Prince versus U.S. in 1997, sheriffs in multiple states in multiple counties, refused to implement a federal law that they believed was unconstitutional. This went up to the Supreme Court, and the Supreme Court ruled in favor of the county sheriffs who refused to comply with the federal law. The majority opinion was written by Justice Scalia. He stated that the framers expressly chose a constitution that confers upon Congress the powers to regulate individuals, not states. The great innovation of this design was that our citizens would have 2 political capacities, one state, one federal, each protected from incursion by the other. The legal system, unprecedented in form and design, establishing 2 orders of government, each within its own direct relationship, its own privity, and its own mutual rights and obligations to the people who sustain it and who are governed by it.